Hi, dear viewers. This is Dr. Mahesh Nakes, Assistant Professor of English. Dear students, in the last class, we discussed the poem The Road Not Taken, written by Robert Frost. And in this video, we are going to learn the annotations and how to write answers for short answer questions as well as long answer questions. Since we are learning these things, those are annotations, short answer questions, and long answer questions. This video is named as The Road Not Taken Part 2. Right, as I just said, we are going to look at different annotations and some of short answer questions and a long answer question. Let us remember what we learned in the last class when we discussed the poem, The Road Not Taken. Yes, there in the poem, the speaker or the poet or the traveler. Okay, so when he comes across a point or a place where two roads are diverged, he stops his traveling or journey. Okay, so that means he sees two roads diverging in a forest. He stops there, he looks down the road, both the roads, and finally he chooses a road, one of the two roads. That means he leaves one road. That means he, stops making traveling on the one road and he chooses to travel on the other one. When he takes this road, he has a doubt whether he will come back again at some point of time in his life and may take a journey on this path, that means which has left. And this decision of taking this road and traveling on this road, okay, which is less trodden as we know, okay, has made all the difference in his life. And this thing he remembers after a long time after this particular journey. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕವಿ ಅಥವಾ ಈ ಪಯಣಿಗ ಅಥವಾ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತನಾಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ತನ್ನ ಪ್ರಯಾಣದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಹಂತದಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡು ರಸ್ತೆಗಳನ್ನ ಕಾಣ್ತಾನೆ. ಆ ಎರಡು ರಸ್ತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ರಸ್ತೆಯನ್ನ ಅವನು ಆಯ್ದುಕೊಳ್ತಾನೆ ತನ್ನ ಪ್ರಯಾಣಕ್ಕಾಗಿ. ಸೊ ಯಾಕೆ ಆಯ್ದುಕೊಳ್ತಾನೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ದಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಲೆಸ್ ಟ್ರಾಡನ್. ಆ ರಸ್ತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಪ್ರಯಾಣವನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿರೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ತಾನು ಆ ರಸ್ತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಯಾಣವನ್ನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ಕೊಂಡು ಪ್ರಯಾಣವನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಈ ಒಂದು ನಿರ್ಧಾರವನ್ನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ತಾನು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ರಸ್ತೆ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಜೀವನದ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಹಂತದಲ್ಲಿ ವಾಪಸ್ ಬಂದು ಪ್ರಯಾಣವನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅನ್ನೋ ಒಂದು ಅನುಮಾನ ಅವನಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಈ ವಿಚಾರ, ಈ ನಿರ್ಧಾರ ಅವನ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಹತ್ತರವಾದ ಬದಲಾವಣೆ ತರುತ್ತೆ ಅಥವಾ ತಂದಿದೆ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಈ ಪ್ರಯಾಣದ ಹಲವಾರು ವರ್ಷಗಳ ನಂತರ ಕವಿ ನೆನಪನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿಕೊಳ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದನ್ನು ನಾವು ನೋಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಗುಡ್. So what are the objectives of this class? That means learning annotations and the short and long answer questions. Fine. Here the objective is to make the students understand the theme of the problem of choice. Andre problem of choice and the theme in poem ಅನ್ನೋದಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಇನ್ನೂ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಅರ್ಥವಾಗುವಂತೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಅಂತ. And to make the students able to identify the poem and the poet. That means as soon as the students look at the lines, they remember that these the poem in which these lines appear and the poet who has written that particular poem. Fine. And the third objective is to comprehend and analyze the given lines. That means annotations. We know that some lines are given and the students are able to, after this class, they will be able to analyze and comprehend the meaning or meanings of those lines. And of course, to understand the significance and symbolic meaning of the given lines, significance and symbolic meaning of the given lines. ಇದನ್ನು ಸಹ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾರೆ. Along with this, the students will be able to know how to write answer for short answer questions as well as long answer question or questions. Okay, my dear students, the content we have for this class is that means the text or the lines from the poem. And you might have taken some of the important points when we discussed the poem in the previous class. Right, students, let us look at annotation number 1. Let me read the lines from the poem. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both, and be one traveler. My dear students, so in the exam or test, we have to write for the annotations, especially the name of the poem and the name of the poet. So for example, we can write like this. The given lines are extracted from the poem The Road Not Taken, full stop. This poem is written by Robert Frost. So you will get some 1 or 2 marks for this line or this information. It depends on the scheme of the different universities. Right, so what we have to write for this annotation? So ಕೆಲವು ಮುಖ್ಯವಾದ ಅಂಶಗಳನ್ನು ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಗಮನಿಸೋಣ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈ annotation ಕೊಟ್ಟಾಗ ಯಾವ ಮುಖ್ಯ ಅಂಶಗಳನ್ನು ನಾವು ಬರಿಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. Which important aspects we have to write for this annotation? The two roads diverged in a yellow wood. Yes, so we have to write that the poet or the speaker or the traveler comes across a point or a place where he finds two roads diverged or forked or separated in the forest. Right, and of course, and sorry I could not travel both. Here, the traveler thinks, and we also know that he cannot take both the roads, both the path. Yake? Because he is a single traveler. Being a single traveler, he cannot travel both the roads at the same time. That is his inability. Okay, adana kuda we have to write the speaker's inability to take both roads. And right, so both roads ಅಂದಾಗ ಯಾವ ರಸ್ತೆನ ಯಾವ ದಾರಿಯನ್ನ ತೆಗೆದುಕೋಬೇಕು ಆಯ್ದುಕೋಬೇಕು ತನ್ನ ಪ್ರಯಾಣಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಇದ್ದೇ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ದ ಡೈಲೆಮಾ ಆಫ್ ದ ಸ್ಪೀಕರ್ ಟು ಮೇಕ್ ಎ ಚಾಯ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ choosing or selecting one of these two roads. So ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಅಂಶಗಳನ್ನು ನಾವು ಈ annotation ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಈ particular lines ಗೆ ನಾವು ಬರಿಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. I hope you have understood okay how to write annotation, especially for these lines. Right, annotation 2. Okay, the lines are like this. Then took the other as just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear. So ಇದು annotation, ಇದು lines. As usual, the name of the poem ಬರೀತೀರಾ, the name of the poet ಸಹ ಬರೀತೀರಾ. So which important aspects or points we have to write ಅಂದಾಗ? Yes, speaker's choice of the other road. Okay, then took the other ಅಂದ್ರೆ he selected, he chose another road. ಎರಡು ರೋಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ okay ಎರಡನೇ ರಸ್ತೆಯನ್ನ he chose. Speaker choice of the other road. ಯಾಕೆ? as just as fair. ಸೊ ಅದು ಸಹ ಈ ಎರಡನೇ ರೋಡ್ ಸಹ ಮೊದಲನೇ ರಸ್ತೆಯ ತರ. ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ as just as fair as the first one. ಹಾಗೆ anyhow he chose the second road. ಅದನ್ನು ಬರಿಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. We have to write this. Fine. He thought this road had a better claim as it was less traveled. ಯಾಕೆ he preferred this road ಅಂದಾಗ he says that ಅಥವಾ the reason for his selection ಅಥವಾ his choosing this road is it was less traveled. ಹೇಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು less traveled ಅಂತ? ಆ ರಸ್ತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಪ್ರಯಾಣವನ್ನ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ, ನಡೆದಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ? How he knew that it was less traveled means, yes, we have the third line. It was grassy and wanted wear. So it was relatively grassier than the first road. So grassier, it was the leaves okay have been fallen on the road, that path. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ people might have traveled less anta he decides and takes this road. Fine. You are, so here the poet is, our poet has decided to take this less traveled road. Andaga, this tells or this speaks about the speaker's courage and will to explore. Okay, yakandre he wants to know why people have not traveled, okay, more on this road. Maybe the road was challenging. Maybe the travel or the journey through that path may be risky, but the poet wants to explore, okay, so what is there maybe at the end of the road another. So here this particular line, okay, so these particular lines, they reveal us about the speaker's courage and will to explore. Fine. The third annotation. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. Right? As usual, name of the poem, name of the poet, we have to write. Good. Important aspects, points. The speaker chose the second road and kept the first for some other day. Yes, I kept the first for other day. That means he takes the second road and he thinks that he may travel, he may come back, okay, again after some time to this place and travel on the first road, which presently he has decided not to travel. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸದ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ತಾನೇನು ಬೇಡ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದನಲ್ಲ ಆ ರಸ್ತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಜೀವನದ ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಘಟ್ಟದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಥವಾ ಕೆಲವು ಕಾಲದ ನಂತರ ಮತ್ತೆ ಪುನಃ ಬಂದು ಆ ರಸ್ತೆಯ ಮೂಲಕ ಪ್ರಯಾಣ ಮಾಡೋಣ ಅನ್ನೋ ಒಂದು ನಿರ್ಧಾರವನ್ನ ಆಲೋಚನೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟು he takes the second one. But yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. But when he makes the decision that he may come back or he will come back to this place and takes the journey through this first road ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ, he has a doubt whether he will come back. ಮತ್ತೆ ಪುನಃ ವಾಪಸ್ ಬರ್ತೀನೋ ಅಥವಾ ಇಲ್ಲೋ ಅನ್ನೋ ಸಂಶಯ ಅವನಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದೇ ಇದೆ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ okay, this particular road, the road which he has selected, okay, let us think that he has taken his journey through this road ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡಾಗ maybe that road may lead to some other diversions. So ಹಾಗಾಗಿ he has doubt whether he may come back to this one another, even though he decides that he will take this road some other time another. Fine. He knew that this road might lead to some other road as way, as I just said. He doubted whether he would come back to take the first road on some other day. Yes, he has a doubt because that particular road which he has selected today may lead to some other roads or deviations in life. Students, I hope you are getting important points of this particular annotation. Annotation 4. Two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. Fine. The name of the poem and the name of the poet. My dear students, don't forget to write these two things. Yes, what these lines are saying here. Two roads diverged in a wood. Yeah, we know that. The speaker recollects this incident after a long time. That means after he has finished his journey through this particular road. ಯಾವ ರಸ್ತೆಯ ಮೂಲಕ ತಾನು ಪ್ರಯಾಣವನ್ನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂತ ಅಂದುಕೊಂಡು ಆ ರಸ್ತೆಯ ಮೂಲಕ ಪ್ರಯಾಣವನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿ ಮುಗಿಸಿ ಹಲವಾರು ವರ್ಷಗಳ ನಂತರ ಈ ಲೈನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಈ ರೀತಿಯ ಆಲೋಚನೆಯನ್ನ the poet or the speaker or the traveler makes ಅಂತ, right? I took the less traveled by. So he thinks that, oh, on that day, particular day, when I came across a road where two roads diverged, I took the less traveled by. ಅಂದರೆ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಕಡಿಮೆ ನಡೆದಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಅಥವಾ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಜನ ಪ್ರಯಾಣವನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ರಸ್ತೆನ ನಾನು ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡು ಆ ರಸ್ತೆ ಮೂಲಕ ಪ್ರಯಾಣವನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೆ. Okay, I took the less traveled road and had continued my journey ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ he remembers. And that decision of that day has made the difference, all the difference in his life. ಆ ನಿರ್ಧಾರ ತನ್ನ ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಜೀವನದ ಸ್ಥಿತಿಗೆ ಕಾರಣ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ನಾನು ನೆನಪು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀನಿ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ the poet is stressing or emphasizing here. In these lines, that has made all the difference. That has means the decision he took on that day of selecting the other road to travel ಅನ್ನೋದು. Fine, let us look at the so those were 4 annotations, important lines from that poem. Okay, yes students, now let us have a look at some 2 short answer questions, how to write or what to write another. Let us see here. Short answer question 1, write a note on the problem of choice as present in the poem. Good. So here also it is better to write the name of the poem. Okay, that means The Road Not Taken, which is written by Robert Frost, is a poem which focuses on the problem of choice. Anta bardu, athara bardu, you continue your answer. Yes, what we have to write? Okay, some of the important points yavavanta now nodadadre, right. The first one is, once the poet or the speaker or the traveler comes across 2 divergent roads in a forest when he is making his journey. Okay. There, when he sees 2 roads or forked roads, he stops there. Now he is in a dilemma to select one of these 2 roads. ಯಾವ ರಸ್ತೆಯನ್ನು ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು? 2 ರಸ್ತೆ ತನ್ನ ಮುಂದೆ ಇದೆ, 2 ಹಾದಿಗಳು, 2 ಅವಕಾಶಗಳಿದ್ದಾವೆ. ಯಾವುದನ್ನು ತಗೋಬೇಕನ್ನೋ ಒಂದು dilemma he faces there. That is the problem of choice. As a lone traveler, he cannot take both roads at the same time because he has to make a choice. Because he is a lone traveler. He cannot travel through both the roads. ಹಾಗೆ ಒಂದು ನಿರ್ಧಾರವನ್ನು ಮಾಡಲೇಬೇಕಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಒಬ್ಬ ಪಯಣಿಗನಾಗಿ 2 ರಸ್ತೆಯ ಮೂಲಕ ಅವನ ಪ್ರಯಾಣವನ್ನು ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. Moreover, both roads look similar that day. So ಆ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ದಿವಸ 2 ರಸ್ತೆಗಳು ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಸೇಮ್. they were looking same. Of course, one was less traveled ಅನಿಸ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು, but at the outset both roads were looking similar. So ಅನ್ನೋದು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು. So that means when we come across a certain situation in our life, when we have 2 options or more options, and moreover all these 2 or 3 options look attractive or promising. ನಮ್ಮ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲೂ ಸಹ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಮುಂದೆ 2 ಅಥವಾ 3 ಆಯ್ಕೆಗಳಿದ್ದಾಗ ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಆಯ್ಕೆಗಳು ಸಹ ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಒಂದೇ ತರ ಸಮಾನಾಂತರವಾಗಿ ಅಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾಗ ಅಥವಾ ಸಮಾನಾಂತರವಾಗಿ ಲಾಭದಾಯಕವಾಗಿದ್ದಾಗ, ಪ್ರಯೋಜನಕಾರಿಯಾಗಿದ್ದಾಗ ಯಾವ ಆಯ್ಕೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕನ್ನೋದು ನಮಗೆ ಗೊಂದಲವನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿ. ಸೊ ಅಟ್ ದಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಟೇಕ್ ಎ ವೆರಿ ಬೋಲ್ಡ್ ಡಿಸಿಷನ್ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಥಿಂಕಿಂಗ್ ವೆಲ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಈ ಒಂದು ಪದ್ಯದಿಂದ ಕಲಿತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಂದು ರೀತಿ. ಅಂಡ್ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ರೈಟ್ ಆಲ್ ದೀಸ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಟು ದಿಸ್ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್, ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಚಾಯ್ಸ್. Short answer question 2. So short answer, when we think about short answer, some of the students may think that how much we have to write, that means in the aspect of quantity, ಎಷ್ಟು ಬರಿಬಹುದು ಅನ್ನೋದು. That means it depends, sometimes it depends on the scheme of the different universities. Maybe some 5 sentences, 6 or 10. Okay, it depends on the marks awarded for short answer questions. So dear students, so that is why you go through the question paper pattern and the marks allotted to those short answer questions. And ಹಾಗೆ ನೋಡಿ ಅದರ ಪ್ರಕಾರ it is better to frame or write answers and spend time accordingly. Right, let us come back. Write a note on the road taken by the poet. Write a note on the road taken by the poet. Road not taken, taken by the poet. Sometimes a question may also be asked, write a note on the road not taken by the poet. ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಯಾವ ತರ ಬೇಕಾದರೂ ಕೇಳಬಹುದು. Fine. So here the road taken by the poet. Fine, we begin by writing the name of the poem or poet, and the answer begins like this. Once the poet or speaker comes across two divergent roads in a forest, because we have to write this thing, after some thinking or after some thought, he takes the second road, which is similar to the first one. Yes, he takes the second one. Yeah, it looked similar to the first one. And moreover, okay, so it was relatively less traveled. It was relatively less traveled. So because it was less traveled, the poet decides to take this one, this other road and all. Yes, this road is covered with leaves and appears as less traveled, as I just said. That is the main reason for the poet to take this road. And the speaker will remember this road as responsible for his present life or present situation. Okay, the road which he took on that day, or the decision he made that day, is responsible for his present situation of his life. Another we have to write. Fine, dear students, long answer question. Yeah, so generally, if you know the summary or the analysis or the main points or theme or okay themes, sometimes themes, you can write a long answer question. ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಇಡೀ ಪದ್ಯದ ಇಡೀ ಕವಿತೆಯ ಒಂದು ಸಾರಾಂಶ ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ದರೆ ಲಾಂಗ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ಗೆ ನಾವು ಉತ್ತರವನ್ನು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಸುಲಭವಾಗಿ ಬರೀಬಹುದು. Okay, dear students, let us look at the question. Critically examine the poem, The Road Not Taken, as a poem focusing on problem of making choice. Yeah, ಅದೇ main theme ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು. Yes, again, it is better to write the name of the poem. Of course, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, but anyhow, you write and name of the poet also. ಏನೇನು ಅಂಶಗಳನ್ನ ನಾವು ಬರಿಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತಿಲ್ಲಿ? Yeah, emphasis should be given on the importance of choice. Andre, in an individual's life, how making choice plays an important role ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಬರಿಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. General ಒಂದು examples na quote, right? We have to write some examples which show or which emphasize the importance of making choice. It may be of education, as we said in the last class. It may be of your profession, or it may be of selecting or deciding your life partner. So in thona bardu, you can continue your answer. Fine. In the journey of life, we are always at the crossroads. If not always, okay, frequently. Now, ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಸಹ ಕ್ರಾಸ್ ರೋಡ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲದಿದ್ರು ಸಹ ಫ್ರೀಕ್ವೆಂಟ್ಲಿ ಆಗಾಗ್ಗೆ ಪದೇ ಪದೇ ಈ ರೀತಿಯ ಎರಡು ಆಯ್ಕೆಯ ಸಂದರ್ಭಗಳು ಬರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಸರ್ವೇ ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯ ಇನ್ ಎನಿ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ಸ್ ಲೈಫ್. Yes, it is difficult to change a step once taken. My dear students, we discussed, we knew in the last class. Okay, many a time we make a decision, we travel for some distance, but after finding some inconvenience there, we think of coming back to the original place, but most of the time it may not be possible. ಒಂದು ಸಾರಿ ನಿರ್ಧಾರವನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಸಮಯ ಕಳೆದ ನಂತರ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ದೂರ ಆ ದಾರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಡೆದ ನಂತರ ಮತ್ತೆ ವಾಪಸ್ಸು ಬರ್ಬೇಕಂದಾಗ ಬಹಳ ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು ಪ್ರೀತಿಯ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳೇ. ಹಾಗೆ again the poem emphasizes you better think twice about making a choice or not. Yeah, man often thinks about the road not taken, thinking that his life would be better if he had taken this road. Yes, that is why, that means man, that means human beings, many a time or always think that life would have been better if he had taken the other road which he had neglected or denied to take. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ತಾನು ಯಾವ ನಿರ್ಧಾರವನ್ನು ಅಥವಾ ಯಾವ ಆಯ್ಕೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲಲ್ವಾ, ಆ ಆಯ್ಕೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರ್ತಿದ್ದೇನೋ ಅಂತ ನಮಗೆ ಅಥವಾ ಮನುಷ್ಯನಿಗೆ ಅನಿಸೋದು ಸಹಜ. ದಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಟಾಕ್ regarding the poem ಅಂದಾಗ the poet or the speaker or the traveler, after completing his journey on the other road which he had selected, may think that, oh, I should have taken the other road. ನಾನು ಆ ರಸ್ತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು ಅಂತ ಅವನಿಗೆ ಅನಿಸಬಹುದು. ಹಾಗೆ that is why the title of the poem, my dear students, again remember, the road not taken. So in the title, the road taken alla, that road not taken. That means here the focus is on the road not taken, more on the road not taken than on the road taken. Yes, ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೂ ಸಹ ಬಹಳ ಸರಿ ಅನಿಸ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಓ ನಾನು ಆ ಕೆಲಸಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಿದ್ರೆ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರ್ತಿತ್ತು, ಈ ಕೆಲಸಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಬರಬಾರ್ದಾಗಿತ್ತು, ಓ ನಾನು ಆ ಹುಡುಗಿಯನ್ನು ಅಥವಾ ಆ ಹುಡುಗನನ್ನು ಮದುವೆ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರ್ತಿದ್ನೇನೋ ಅಂತ ಅನಿಸೋದು ಸಹಜ. No, my dear students, life is life. Okay, so that means God gives us what is the best to us ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನಾವು ಮನಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. So I hope you have understood how to write a long answer question, that especially how to write answer to this particular question. Good. Okay, fine. After this class, what we are learned anta nododadre, yeah. So here, I hope you means the students will understand different levels of meaning of a poem, that particularly this poem. Two levels. One is literal meaning, another is symbolic meaning, right? The students are able to identify the poem and the poet as soon as they see the lines. And they are able to comprehend and analyze the given lines. Okay, so they now know that how to analyze the given lines. The students know very well now. And understand significance and symbolic meaning of the given lines. Not only analyze, the students are now able to understand the significance and symbolic meaning of the lines. And fine, they will definitely write good answers for short answer question and long answer question. Okay, now it is time for multiple choice questions. Question number 1, my dear students, let us see. What is question number 1? Which line does come next to the given line? Yes, which is the given line here? Yes, remember this line from the poem, The Road Not Taken, dear students. Then took the other as just as fair. Id aad nantra yav line barutte anta 4 options are here. First option is, and be one traveler long I stood, and both that morning equally lay, and looked down one as far as I could, and having perhaps the better claim. So these are the 4 options. You have to think which line comes after then took the other as just as fair. Idad nantra yava line barutte annodu. Think. Right. Now let us look the answer. Yes, and having perhaps the better claim. Answer D is right. That means option 4 is the right answer. Yes, question number 2. Yes. Choose the line which does not appear in the poem. Oh, andre ಈ ಕೆಳಗಿನ 4 ಸಾಲುಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ಸಾಲು ಈ poem ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. First line, to where it bent in the undergrowth, the bright wine sparkling high, had owned them really about the same, yet knowing how way leads on to way. So which line does not appear in the poem? Right? Good. Yes, let's look at the answer. Yes, the bright wine sparkling high, it will not come in this poem. Good. Let us go to the next question. Question number 3. Pick the line that appears in the poem, or now the line which appears in the poem. So in the previous question, we saw the line which does not appear. Find line A, where there and been no light, are full of passionate intensity, tending the gifts I have not brought, somewhere ages and ages hence. Think, dear students, which one line of these 4 lines appear in the poem. Okay, let us look at the answer. D, somewhere ages and ages hence. ಈ ಸಾಲು road not taken ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು. Good. Question number 4. Fill in the blank with the correct word to complete the line of the poem. Yes. Which word? In dash no step had trodden black. Another, it is a line from the poem. One word is missing. So we have to select one of these 4 words. In leaves, in roads, in wood, in soil. Okay, let us see the answer. In leaves, no steps are trodden black. Okay. Question number 5. Let us see. Mention the rhyming pair that does not come in the poem. That does not come in the poem. Here, 4 pairs of rhyming words. We have to mention which is not there in the poem. ಈ poem ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ದಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ rhyming word pair ಯಾವುದು? Woodstood, fair bear, lady, I by. So which is not present in the poem? Which pair? As fair bear, it is not there in the poem. Good. Fine. I think the questions are over. Yeah, as a reference from this Davangere University textbook, and of course these 2 web addresses have been used to make or to give this class. So here I will end the class. Thank you, my dear students, for listening to the class.